You walked into the grocery store for three things: milk, eggs, and bread. You know this because you said it out loud to yourself before you left the house. Milk, eggs, bread. 15 minutes later, you are loading 12 bags into your trunk, staring at a receipt for $147, wondering what happened between the sliding doors and the checkout lane. You had a list, you had discipline, you had every intention of getting in and getting out, and somehow you left with artisanal crackers. You have never tried a rotisserie chicken that smelled too good to ignore, a candle that was on sale, organic trail mix from an end cap display, and a magazine about celebrity diets you grabbed while waiting in line. You do not remember deciding to buy most of these things. They just ended up in your cart, and by the time you noticed, you were already swiping your card. This is not a failure of willpower. This is not a lack of discipline. This is the result of a $100 billion industry that has spent decades perfecting the science of making you buy things you did not intend to buy. Every aisle, every display, every product placement, every scent, every sound, every inch of that store was engineered by behavioral scientists and retail psychologists to override your intentions and extract maximum revenue from your visit. You are not shopping in a grocery store. You are navigating a psychological maze designed like a casino, and you are losing. My name is Kyle, and I spend way too much time thinking about why a simple trip for milk turns into a $100 extraction event. If you have ever looked at your grocery receipt and wondered how you spent that much, if you have ever walked out with bags full of things you did not plan to buy, make sure to hit that subscribe button. What I am about to show you is the hidden architecture of supermarket psychology, why milk is in the back corner, why expensive products are at eye level, why checkout lanes are narrow, and why there is no clock on the wall. Once you see the maze for what it is, you will never walk through it blindly again. Here is the first thing you need to understand about grocery store layout. Nothing is where it is by accident. Every product, every shelf, every aisle has been positioned based on decades of research into consumer behavior. And the foundational principle is simple. Make customers walk past as much merchandise as possible before they reach what they came for. This is why milk, eggs, and bread, the items people buy most frequently, are located in the back corner of virtually every grocery store in America. It is not because refrigeration is cheaper there. It is not because of supply chain logistics. It is because forcing you to walk through the entire store to reach essentials guarantees you will pass hundreds of impulse buy opportunities on your journey. According to research from the Food Marketing Institute, approximately 60 to 70% of grocery purchases are unplanned items that were not on any list, items the shopper did not intend to buy when they entered the store. The store knows that for every additional minute you spend inside, for every additional aisle you traverse, your cart value increases. A study published in the Journal of Marketing found that shoppers who traveled through more of the store spent significantly more per trip, even when controlling for list size. The path to your milk is not inefficient. It is optimized for their revenue, not your convenience. And the maze continues at the shelf level, because where products are positioned vertically matters just as much as where they are located horizontally. Products placed at eye level between 4 and 5 feet off the ground sell significantly better than products placed higher or lower. According to retail analytics from Nielsen, eye-level products can see sales increases of 35% or more compared to the same product placed on bottom shelves. Grocery stores know this, and they charge manufacturers premium slotting fees for eye-level placement, fees that can run into the millions of dollars for major brands. This means the products you see first, the products that require no bending or stretching, are not the best values. They are the products that paid the most for your attention. The store brand pasta that costs 40% less than Barilla is on the bottom shelf, requiring you to crouch down to find it. The name brand cereal with the highest profit margin is directly in front of your children's eyes. Yes, product placement for kids' items is calculated at their eye level, not yours. Because marketers know that a child grabbing a colorful box is a powerful conversion mechanism that bypasses the parent's rational evaluation entirely. The manipulation extends to every sensory experience in the store, following a playbook borrowed directly from casino design, the most psychologically sophisticated retail environments ever created. Casinos have no windows and no clocks, because they do not want you to know how long you have been inside. Grocery stores have adopted the same principle. Look for a clock on the wall of your supermarket and you will not find one. The stores want you to lose track of time because time awareness creates urgency, and urgency leads to faster shopping with fewer impulse purchases. The lighting in grocery stores is carefully calibrated, bright and clinical in the pharmacy and cleaning sections to convey sterility and trust. It is warmer and more inviting in the bakery and prepared food sections to trigger appetite and comfort. The music playing overhead is not random. Retail research consistently shows that slower tempo music causes shoppers to move more slowly through the store and spend more time and money per visit. A study from the Journal of Consumer Research found that slow background music increased average sales by 38% compared to fast tempo music. The scent of fresh bread pumped through ventilation systems near the entrance is not an accident. It triggers hunger hormones that make you buy more food. The misting machines on the produce are not primarily for freshness. They make vegetables glisten and look more appealing, increasing impulse produce purchases. Even the size of your shopping cart is a manipulation. Carts have grown approximately 40% larger over the past few decades, and research from Martin Lindstrom's consumer behavior studies found that doubling cart size increases purchases by approximately 40%. When your cart looks empty, your brain tells you to fill it. In the final gauntlet, the checkout lane is perhaps the most ruthlessly optimized extraction zone in the entire store. Checkout lanes are deliberately narrow, designed to trap you in a queue surrounded by high-margin impulse items, candy, magazines, gum, batteries, gift cards, and cold beverages. The average wait time at checkout is 3 to 5 minutes, and that time has been monetized. The products in the checkout zone have profit margins of 40 to 60% or higher, far above average grocery margins, because the store knows you are stationary, bored, and vulnerable to temptation after navigating an exhausting maze of decisions. A 2019 study from the Center for Science and the Public Interest found that checkout candy and snack purchases alone account for significant impulse spending with parents, particularly vulnerable when shopping with children who grab items within reach. Let me show you the math of what supermarket psychology costs you over time. Because the individual purchases feel small, but the compound extraction is massive. If the average American household spends approximately $600 per month on groceries, the approximate figure from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and 60% of those purchases are unplanned. That is $360 per month in impulse spending. Now, not all impulse spending is waste. Sometimes you genuinely needed the item and forgot to list it. Let us be conservative and say that only half of impulse purchases are truly unnecessary items you would not have bought with 24 hours to consider. That is $180 per month in pure extraction spending. That is $2,160 per year. Over a 30-year adult life, that is $64,800 spent on things you did not intend to buy. Invested at 8% returns instead of spent, that money would become approximately $263,000. $250,000 extracted through psychological manipulation, one rotisserie chicken and checkout lane candy bar at a time. The store is not neutral terrain. It is an adversarial environment designed to defeat your intentions. And every trip without awareness is a trip where you lose. Here is how you fight back against the supermarket maze. The first action is to make a list and commit to it religiously, but more importantly, organize your list by store section so you can navigate efficiently without wandering. Enter through the side closest to your first items if possible. Avoid the main entrance that funnels you through promotional displays and move with purpose. The second action is to eat before you shop. Hunger increases impulse purchases significantly. According to multiple studies, including research from Cornell University, showing that hungry shoppers buy high-calorie items even when those items were not on their list. Shopping while hungry is shopping with impaired judgment. The third action is to shop the perimeter first and skip center aisles entirely when possible. Whole foods, produce, meat, and dairy tend to be on the perimeter. Processed high-margin products dominate the center aisle. If your list does not require center aisle items, do not walk through them. The fourth action is to look up and look down at shelves rather than straight ahead. The eye-level products are the high-margin products. The better values are often above or below your natural line of sight. The store is counting on you not to crouch or reach. The fifth action is to use the self-checkout or pick a lane without candy and magazines if available. Some stores now offer family-friendly checkout lanes without impulse items. Use them, minimize your time stationary, and surrounded by extraction opportunities. Right now, you probably see yourself as someone who shops reasonably. Maybe a few impulse items here and there, but nothing excessive. That identity feels accurate because you do not add up the cumulative cost. But there is another way to see it. Every time you enter a grocery store, you are walking into an environment designed by psychologists, optimized by data scientists, and engineered to make your intentions fail. The store does not see you as a customer to serve, it sees you as a psychology to exploit. The milk is in the back because they want you to walk past temptation. The expensive products are at eye level because they want you to reach for them without thinking. The checkout lanes are narrow because they want you trapped and bored and vulnerable. The maze is not a coincidence, it is a weapon, and the only defense is to see it clearly before it sees you. Shop with a list. Shop with a plan. Shop like you are navigating enemy territory because you are. I have spent way too much time thinking about this stuff, so you do not have to. If this changed how you see your grocery store, hit that like button and subscribe. I will see you in the next one.